Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at another Star Wars action figure vehicle, and this is Darth Vader's TIE Fighter. And this was released in the late 1990s as part of the Power of the Force action figure line. And this one doesn't include any electronics, but it does represent a little bit of an upgrade to the original Darth Vader TIE Fighter from the collection that was released by Kenner back in the 1980s. In the 1980s, basically Darth Vader's TIE Fighter, the central part of it looked exactly like the regular TIE Fighter, and the only thing they changed out was the wings on the sides. Whereas with this one, it's a total redesign, much more in keeping with the look of the way it appears in the film, with this large back deck on the vehicle. So yeah, this one does actually look a lot more like the vehicle actually appears in the movie. So that was a bit of an upgrade. I'd say the only thing that they did that was a little odd was the top hatch. It sort of bumps up a little bit too much, so it sort of changes the profile of this when you look at it head on. It should be more of a natural curve. So I'd say if there was one thing I would redesign on this is this top hatch. I would have it sit down in there a little tighter so that it doesn't look like the TIE Fighter is wearing a hat. So but it does open very easily. It's just a single hinge. So I say that is an upgrade from the original TIE Fighter, which had the two opening doors on either side, which they're kind of clunky and they don't really lock together in a sort of natural way. Whereas this one, single hinge up and down, and it makes it very easy to get action figures in and out of the vehicle. And so I have Darth Vader here. This is the standard version of Darth Vader that was released with the Power of the Force line. And as you can see, because he has this plastic cape, you can actually put him in there without removing the cape. So we're going to go ahead and do that. He looks a little odd with the cape removed, but he does fit in there quite nicely, and he looks pretty cool once he's in the cockpit. So yeah, he fits in there just fine. And actually, this cockpit is big enough where, because Darth Vader is one of the larger characters, it means if he fits in there, it means almost any character is going to fit in there because there's enough room in there so you can actually fit in lots of different characters. Although this is Darth Vader's TIE Fighter, there is the possibility that you might want to have someone else fly it at some point. So that looks really cool. And I want to show you, there is another figure that they actually released in the Power of the Force line, which will actually fit in here better. And it is the version that came with the gunner station version. So this is sort of like a cutaway version of Darth Vader's TIE Fighter. And they actually created a version of Darth Vader with bendable knees and a cloth cape. So what that means is that you can take this version and put him in the regular TIE Fighter very easily. All you got to do is undo these handles. And as you can see, he comes out of here just fine. And you can see those bendable knees and the cloth cape. So there's an advantage in this one, basically, because you don't have to remove the cape in order to put him in his TIE Fighter. So yeah, this works out much better. And so if you can get your hands on this version of Darth Vader, I would highly recommend it as a version that you can put in the TIE Fighter without having to remove the cape. So, and as you can see, he fits in there just fine, and he's still wearing his cape. So that's kind of cool. And in terms of the other features that come with this vehicle, basically there are a couple things. There's some launching missiles. You can see these green tips right here. Those represent the missiles that actually launch, and the buttons for them are right here on either side. So you just hit that button here, and then you hit this button here, and you can see both those missiles launch. And there's also some extra guns that can deploy out the front of this. On the bottom of the craft, you can see there's this lever right here. So, and when you push on that backward, these things pop forward. So that's kind of a cool feature. So even though this doesn't include any electronics, it does include some extra features, which are kind of cool. And again, the overall redesign of this means that it will look much more in keeping with the way Darth Vader's TIE Fighter appears in the movie, as opposed to, looking like a hybrid between, Darth Vader's TIE Fighter and a regular TIE Fighter. So yeah, overall, this is one of my favorite ships that I have in my collection. And yeah, I think it's fantastic. That's all I have for you today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more reviews of action figure vehicles in the future, think about subscribing to the channel because I will be covering a lot more of this stuff in future videos. Until next time, I hope you're having a great day, and may the Force be with you. Thanks for watching.